Hi, I'm Meredith Woolnough, an artist from Newcastle in Australia. My style of art is a unique form of embroidery. I use a domestic sewing machine as an unconventional drawing tool, and I draw onto a water-soluble fabric. And this allows me to create almost a sculptural drawing just made of thread and stitches. I've always been interested in the science behind things, so when I was approached to be a part of the Art of Cells campaign, I was really excited because I saw this as a wonderful opportunity to combine the wonder of science and nature together in an entirely new way. I was especially excited to work alongside a scientist like Marietta for this project. I saw this as a new, really exciting way to explore the wonders of science art together in my art. So when I first read your love letter, something that really stood out to me is how excited you were the first time you saw real life cells under the microscope. And I really wanted to create something that captured that excitement of that initial viewing, something that made you want to look closer and draw you in and learn more. And when I looked at all those beautiful images that you provided me with, one in particular really stood out to me, and that was a very early cell structure image, a ball of cells, of blue-green cells with a vibrant orange core. It was a beautiful image, but I also just really loved what it represented. This seemed like a very simple image, a lot of the same type of cells, but the fact that this would eventually evolve into other cells and organs and eventually an entire organism was just mind-blowing. You know, it was a beautiful image, a beautiful structure, but I also just loved that it was the starting point of life. The process of creating my work, the first thing that I had to get right was the cells themselves. I wanted to come up with a structure that I could replicate easily, but that was also quite beautiful and interesting and fascinating on its own. I ended up creating a little molded shape, a little vessel, like a little stitched cup. And I ended up making hundreds of these stitched cells. Something that I was thinking about a lot when I was making these cells was something that you mentioned in one of our meetings, where you said that the way that science is now looking at cells and studying cells, it's not averaging cells out anymore. It's starting to look at the individuals and starting to appreciate that individual cells have their own properties and characteristics. My own cells, even though they're all made in the same way and they're made of the same materials and they're shaped around the same molds, they're all individuals, they're all subtly different, and as you zoom in and have a close look at the artwork, you see all of those differences, and they're sort of better for being together, even though they're all slightly different as well. Okay, ready for the big reveal? Here is the final artwork that I've created for the Gibco Art of Cells project. I'm really happy with how this artwork has turned out. Some of the main things that I learnt from doing this project was really just to appreciate cells, how beautiful they are, how fascinating they are, and also I'm just fascinated by what they represent. The fact that we all are made up of cells, that it's the starting point of life, and the starting point of life might look very alien and very simple, but it grows into these wonderful complex things. So I have been delighted to be a part of this project. It's been an honour. I love that this is a project that brings science and art together, and I really hope that you like the outcome as well.
First of all, like aesthetically, it's super beautiful. I like this that she captured like the individual cells and then the extracellular matrix in the background, because it on the one hand it's like an exact representation of the image, but then it's also like an artistic interpretation. Captured the beauty of science, but also how science is developing and where it's going. I love what she created. It's incredibly beautiful, and what I love even more is that what she took from our conversations, that she really understood what I was trying to tell her about how I see my science, how I want to communicate my science, and I'm really happy that I managed to convey the love that I have for what I'm doing, and that she interpreted it like this. So thank you, Mariettas, for interpreting my science in a breathtaking and beautiful way. And also thank you, Gibco, for letting me be part of this amazing project of Love Yourselves. Thank you.